Members First is more than just a name. It's a mindset. Everything we do is in the best interest of all of us. Our goals are to help our members thrive and to better the communities we serve. Where others see dollars and cents, we see people and passions. We help our members prepare and get ready for life's moments and milestones. Join us tonight as we share all we have to offer you and your families and our communities. Because you are family here at Members First. Is your mindset affecting your financial well-being? Tonight, Members First Federal Credit Union presents Money Mindset with Members First to discover the best ways to achieve your financial goals. Find out how, as a personal or business member of the credit union, you can take advantage of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Learn the best ways to protect and grow your money and how to navigate spending, saving, and planning for the expected and the unexpected with Members First as your trusted financial partner. Good evening, I'm Christina Butler. Tonight we'll share how we help our members do more with their money, from concierge service to help them launch their dream business or personalized solutions to grow their savings, all while keeping their money local. The best way to do this is to let our members speak for themselves. We're going to meet Mario, owner of Vici Domini Foods. Mario's journey begins thousands of miles away, bringing a family business from Italy right here to Pennsylvania. But he doesn't need to travel much further than his local Members First branch to feel right at home.
My name is Mario Vici Domini. I'm the owner of Vici Domini USA LLC. I'm an importer and distributor of Italian high-end quality foods like pasta, tomato, balsamic, oil, all those goodies from Italy. My family started the business, but my brother and I are the 5th generation. My nephews, today, they are running the 6th generation. We eat pasta every day. We have the very cultural and very healthy Mediterranean diet. It's very, very important for our health. That's why when I used to bring friends, American relatives or friends from America in Italy, and they see us eating at breakfast, at lunch and dinner, I say, why you don't gain weight? Because the food is natural, it's what our body really needs, like legumes, fish, pasta, tomato. We don't use too much butter. We use extra virgin olive oil, which you know is very natural. That makes the difference. I love Lehigh Valley because I have lots of customers in Lehigh Valley. The restaurants, almost everybody buys from me. This business as an importer and distributor require lots of help, because it's not like the food is made here and I buy from here local and I buy what I need. It's because everything comes from the other side of the ocean, and then I need inventory on the ground.
So Mario came into the branch and just stood there with his arms open, and within about 15 seconds we just clicked. He just loved the energy. He asked me, well, why are you different? And then, you know, I went by what I say is like, we're different because we got to be friends before we do anything with business. Because he was really excited about joining in, and then we flowed into the business. But initially, we just literally became friends within a few seconds.
When I walk in, everybody comes to me. Everybody wants to offer me a coffee, bottle of water. Everybody knows me. I feel like it's like a family.
It's so important to be friends first so we can continue that relationship. But the most common, honestly, is just knowing where to start. That's the first thing. You know, they're talking about steps 9 and 10, but we got to start at 1 and get to know what they need, and then filling in the blanks to how to get to that goal. So just like I told Mary when we met, we like to do things in stages. We don't like to start at 1, jump to 3, jump to 4. So we started with the personal account, and we want to make sure that account is set before we move on to the business accounts. And he absolutely loves that, and he absolutely, you know, couldn't be more grateful for that. And we're finding out what his personal goals are to align with his personal account. So we then, once we get to the business account, it's just referring back to step 1, and it just moves it along like a treadmill.
More I'm growing, more I need to invest, more help I need, because it's stuff sitting on the ocean, ordering from Italy, stuff sitting in the warehouse. I cannot run out of a product. Member First is helping me with everything to improve my business. I'm very happy.
We humanize the experience. You're more than a number, you know, again, and the way we do business here is we're friends before we do business. We have to know what keeps you up at night. We have to know, you know, where you want to go. Not everyone wants to take their business or their personal account and traditionally go the route that every credit union or bank wants to. There's so many variables in your lives and what you're saving for. You know, if you're a parent, your kids' goals, your personal goals, and you know, the world's a little scary right now. So it's all about, again, bringing that peace to mind to our members. What's big for me is that the best way to travel is food. And you know, my wife never got to travel as much as, you know, I got to through the military. So traveling through food has always been big for me. So to help someone who can bring real authentic Italy to so many people in the Lehigh Valley was just amazing to do.
I think because of Americans are fascinating, because of we are very romantic in everything we do. Like even when we cook, we put our heart in the dish. And that is important. I want to make you feeling you're in Italy.
And if you'd like to learn more, not only about getting your business off the ground with Members First, just as Mario did, but would also like to learn a little more about all of those delicious products we saw in that video, let's check in with Julia Rose over in our kitchen set. She's live with Mario and some other folks from Members First. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Christina. It is heating up in the kitchen here. I'm with Mario, who's cooking what I can only imagine is a masterpiece because it looks and smells amazing. But I'm also here with George Nahodal, President and CEO of Members First. And George, are you excited to be here tonight?
I'm so happy to be here supporting Mario and can't wait to taste his food.
Me either. He's bringing a taste of Italy right here to us. And George, Mario, what are you cooking for us?
I'm cooking, first of all, I want to thank you, Member First, to having me here and I'm cooking the typical Sunday Italian dish. It is pasta with Neapolitan ragu.
Very
with
nice.
Ground meat and tomato sauce.
Beautiful. A staple, right?
Yes.
All right, well, he's hard at work. We cannot wait to taste test, but that'll be later on in the program. But for now, we'll send it back to you, Christina.
All right, thanks, Julia. And we are joined now by Mike Wilson, Chief Experience Officer with Members First, to provide some insight on how to get into the right money mindset. And we'll follow up on Mario as well. But for now, welcome, Mike.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for being here.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
And tonight's show is called Money Mindset. And we know right now in this climate, it's so important to be responsible and wise about managing our money. So what does money mindset mean to you?
Well, money mindset is regardless of what's going on, how can we help you to live well financially? Times always change, needs always change, life has all of these various moments and milestones as we refer to them, and how can we help our members just essentially be prepared for any situation and have that right money mindset to get through whatever they need to get through and accomplish their goals?
Sure, and those goals now you're also including some people out in this area. You've expanded, you're in Berks County and Lehigh Valley. Tell us why that was important to bring the level of service you provide at Members First here.
Yeah, well, what's interesting about that is we have actually had a presence in the Valley for quite some time. We just didn't have the physical footprint of the branches, but we have had well over 10,000 members that live in this area for years. And for years, they've been saying, come to the Valley, come to the Valley. So we want to listen to our members. We are a member-owned institution, and so we took a look at all of that, and we found the right locations, and this is an area where we will continue to grow.
And speaking of those relationships, you take great pride in your personal relationships with your members. Can you talk to us about that?
Sure. Members First, relationships mean everything. That's what it's all about. If you don't have the relationship, then it's nothing more than a financial transaction. So when you're working with us, our folks get to know you. They get to know you well. They know what you do professionally. They know your family. They know what's going on at work. And so having that level of trust in that relationship, again, makes it very easy to be able to help provide the right guidance and advice because you know what's going on and you know what someone's goals are.
And like Mario said, you treated him like family. Can you tell us what other services and products you can offer to business members?
Sure. Well, when you own a business, first of all, it's the most incredible amount of risk that you can take. But you're wearing all hats. So, Mario, think about how brave he is. He's wearing the hat of the CEO, the COO, the CFO. He's got to do marketing, HR. He's got to do everything, right? That is a lot of responsibility to carry. And he also referred to the various stages of growth that his business is going through and how he can't afford to let certain things happen or, take a break or go downhill. So we have to keep up with the speed and the growth of his business. And that's going to need different things at different times depending on his rate of growth. So being able to offer sound advice throughout all of those growth stages, not just from an account perspective, but it could be loans, it could be insurance, it could be taking care of his employees and helping them plan for retirement. We're a one-stop shop for all of those things.
And where does cash management come in, Mike? Is that something you talk to business members about?
Oh, all the time, yes. So cash management is about managing, monitoring, and moving your money. And the beautiful thing about our program for that is it is fully customized to the unique needs of the business. So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach because every business is unique and has its own unique needs. So our team can actually come in and help. Once they sit down with the business owner, we onboard the business owner and then we customize this dashboard so that they can do all of those things with ease, and it's just one less thing they have to worry about.
And who's going to complain about that, taking it
Right.
off their plate? Okay, thanks so much, Mike, for your expertise. We'll check back in with you in just a bit. But for now, we are going to send things over to Julia Rose to get some of your questions answered. Hi again, Julia.
Hi, Christina. We're here again now with David Lucabece. He is the Vice President for Berks County and the Lehigh Valley with Members First. David, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Julia, for having us here.
Of course. And so David is going to help us answer some frequently asked questions by members and just people throughout the community, really. So, David, how, first and foremost, does someone become a member of Members First?
It is the simplest thing in the world. We're not exclusive, so all you have to do is walk into one of our branches, and you can find those branches at membersfirst.org. You can also use the internet, and you can go ahead and open up your account online by following 3 simple steps. And the best part about it is when you walk into one of our branches, you become part of our family.
Easy.
Easy.
Easy as meeting a family member, right?
Yep, correct.
And then for other people wondering, what are some of the benefits of being a member of a credit union?
There's a couple of benefits, but I would say, number one, when you join a credit union, okay, it is member owned. So therefore, you become an owner of that credit union, which allows you to have lower rates on your loans, higher rates on deposits, also less fees on your banking accounts. The best part about it is, though, that you become, again, a part of a family, somebody that really cares about you, to understand your financial needs. We ask the correct questions for both your personal and business. And the most phenomenal part of all is the fact that what you do here when you join us, you're contributing to the community where you play, where you work, where you live. That's the main thing about the credit union.
So it really all comes full circle.
Correct.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, David. I know you're sticking around throughout the evening because we've got a lot more questions that need to be answered, but right now we will send it back to you, Christina.
Okay, thanks, Julia. After the break, we'll focus on another member success story and showcase how Members First got them into the right money mindset. Stay with us. Welcome back to our special Money Mindset with Members First, presented by Members First Federal Credit Union. For Tasha and Dan, to turn something they love doing into their own business was an obvious step forward. All they had to do was get into the right mindset, which for them wasn't too difficult.
On your exhale, plant your right hand down to your right side on the floor. Yoga can help your mindset by clearing your mind to get you in a better mindset, to have a clearer perspective of where you want to go with your day or your goals in the future, taking out some of the busy things that don't need to be there. So I was kind of at a place where I wanted to keep teaching. That was a 100%. I never wanted to stop doing yoga and teaching yoga and giving yoga to others. The owner previously was getting ready to retire, and it was like, I just felt pulled to it. It was like, what else would I want to do with my life,
So they walked in and they told me how she was an instructor and now she has an opportunity to actually purchase the business and she's looking for financing. So I'm listening to all her story and it was she was very passionate and she says, this is a great opportunity for me and your credit union was referred for the great programs that you offer for small businesses like us.
So I actually had a car loan through Members First. I got that back when I was 20 and paid off my car through Members First, and I never had any issues. They were super easy to work with, and when they opened up the new branch in Exeter, it's right in between our house and the studio. So that was kind of how we went about picking them, just from previous experience. It's been amazing working with them. Everything, again, has been super easy, and they're so friendly when you go in. I feel like they're our friends when we go there, so it's kind of a similar feeling when you come to the studio of like you just feel like you're welcome and, you know, not just someone coming to the bank.
In the beginning, Members First was very crucial with helping us kind of figure out what we needed to get the ball rolling. We obviously had our accountants and attorneys and stuff kind of helping with some of the more legal matters, but with setting up the bank account, getting the business account, getting the business credit cards, getting all of that stuff set up, Members First was crucial. They helped us throughout the entire process. There were some documents we were missing that we weren't really sure how to get them, that they were able to help us and navigate us and get those documents so that everything could get pushed through. And then throughout the entire process, just being there to answer the questions, however small they might seem, and kind of be there the entire time, guiding us through the entire process, made the entire process a lot easier for us to handle, took a lot of the stress off of us, and couldn't be here without Members First and everything they've done.
We don't have any minimum balance, no monthly service charge. If they don't have the necessary documentation, we help them step by step how to open the business, how to obtain all the necessary documentation. I listen to the business's needs, and then when I go to the next business owner and I like to put them together, oh, I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to help you out. So I give them business cards and they get together, and that's probably one of the most important things what we do here.
If we want to take out business loans to increase the studio, get better computers, things like that, we have those capabilities there. And then I think in the future, in the next few weeks here, we're going to be discussing with them as far as their credit card management, with us accepting credit cards, paying merchant fees, paying all of that sort of thing, that working through Members First and discussing with Mimi, we might be able to get our costs down a good bit and save us money in the long run.
As a young, new business owner, I am so grateful that we had Members First to welcome us and explain everything and make everything less scary when we were just starting everything out.
So we will be for them all the way to grow their business, to reinvest, to do anything to make sure the business will be successful. We will be 100% behind them. Our credit union will help them all the way to achieve that dream.
It changed my life, and I didn't want to stop giving the yoga to other people, so what better way than to actually own the business and continue to make Building 7 be something that changes the community.
I always said, treat others the way you like to be treated. Be sincere, be honest. Even when you pick up the phone, you have to have a smile. This is very important. As you know, every single person, they have something in their lives. They're struggling with different things in their personal life, right? So isn't it we can make a small difference in their lives to bring a smile and try to help them out? We have a very important role in people's lives and children and everything.
I would encourage everyone to start yoga today because I think that we all need an extra piece of awareness in our life, whether it's to bring awareness to a situation that maybe that's going on in your life or to your body physically or to your mind. I think we can all use a little more awareness to be a better person.
All right, and now to follow up on Tasha and Dan's story, we're joined by George Nahodal, President and CEO with Members First. George, thanks so much for being here with us this evening.
Well, thank you.
Yes, Tasha and Dan are young, new business owners. How do you help members like them?
You know, you really need a trusted financial advisor. And for me, it's all about a relationship that you build with a local financial institution. And so, you know, we really do walk you step by step with being an advisor for your small business. And it's not just about giving you money, it's about being a partner in your business that can give you advice and help you through those good times and those bad times as a business owner.
Okay, and what are some tools that we can use to get our savings accounts where they need to be? And also, how can certificates of deposit help with that?
Yeah, it's really important today for people to take advantage of the great rates that are out there. Don't let your money sit. Let your money go to work for you.
George, I have to ask, we know that giving back to the community is such a big part of Members First. So let's talk about that. How do you support the community?
Yeah, one of the three legs of our stool is giving back to our community. And, you know, we want to do good things for our local communities and help charities in our local communities by giving them not just money, but we also want to give you our time. We want to volunteer, we want to come to your events, and we want to support our local charitable organizations.
Okay, George Nahodal, thank you so much for being here with us this evening. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And for now, we are going to send things back to Julia, who's here again with David to answer some of your frequently asked questions. Hi there, Julia.
Hey, Christina. Yeah, thank you again, and thanks for sticking with us. We're here with David Lucavece, Regional Vice President with Members First. Let's get right to those questions. David, we know that switching financial institutions can be really overwhelming for people, but how can Members First help make it a smooth transition and help people get into that right money mindset?
You know, Julia, I love the question because it's the real question. It's what people are really worried about right now when they switch financial institutions. Good thing is, it's our bread and butter. This is what we do best. We help people transition from one institution to another. Very simple. We're not rushing through things because, again, we want to make sure we're growing a relationship. We're growing that friendship. You're part of our family. We have awesome tools that really help out our members through that transition, like My Concierge. They walk you step by step and hold your hand through the entire process, whether it's switching direct deposit, opening online banking. Our associates at the branches, they're there to ask those financial needs questions to better understand what you need in the future. So, short answer, it is very, very simple. Just come on in.
Yeah, sounds helpful. Sounds calming and helpful. And we know there's a lot of cash apps out there. We've got Venmo, Zelle. People might come in wondering about that. Do you guys offer any of those types of services?
You know, I'm really excited to say that, yes, we do offer it. Earlier this year, we launched a person-to-person payment platform through our app, which has no fees. Again, we don't charge a fee to the person receiving the money, nor does the person sending the money get charged a fee also. And the best part about it is that it saves you time. It saves you time from going to the ATM machine or rushing to go to the branch. Click of a button, money gets sent immediately. Quick story on that. My barber, he knows that I never carry cash.
Mine too.
It's crazy, I just don't carry it anymore.
Yeah.
So he pulls out the Square app and he starts swiping the card, but then he tells me, you know what, David, they charge me a fee and I'm gonna charge you a fee on that. So I said, hey, listen, let's go ahead and let me use the Members First app to send you the money. No fees involved. 30 seconds later, he had his funds, and then a day later, he became a business member of ours.
Wow. Win-win. Win-win-win.
I love it.
Yeah, and lastly, we know how important your relationships are with your members, but how do you help your members grow and foster relationships in their community, from their business to the community?
You know, it's an interesting question and a very important question because the philosophy of a credit union is people helping people. Be a good person, you know? When you're coming in, we're not just helping you financially, we're also helping you to succeed in your business overall. We're connecting you with other members that may be business owners. We're connecting you with other resources internally as well. Again, we want to make sure that when you come into one of our branches and you become a member, you're part of the family. I'm going to refer you to my family members.
Awesome. Well, David, thank you so much for being here tonight and for taking the time to answer all those questions. That was super helpful. And we'll send it back to you, Christina.
Okay, thanks, Julia. After the break, we'll check back in with our team in the kitchen and talk more about the future of Members First, helping folks reach and surpass their financial goals. Stay with us. Welcome back to our special Money Mindset with Members First, presented by Members First Federal Credit Union. We're back now with Mike Wilson to quickly wrap things up before heading back over to the kitchen. Mike, thanks for staying with us. And
absolutely.
Can you tell us, you're very involved in your members' moments and milestones at Members First. How do you help them reach their more personal goals?
Yeah, well, we specifically like to refer to things as moments and milestones. This is not about products and services. This is about what's happening in your life, what's going on, what is the moment or what is that milestone you're trying to achieve, and how can we help you get there. And the reality of it is there are 5 generations in the marketplace today. So when you think about that, there's a lot going on throughout those different generations and the moments and milestones that they'll encounter. So if you're coming right out of high school, guess what? You might be trying to figure out, where am I going to go to college? How am I going to pay for that? What am I going to do? What are my options, right? So that, that's one aspect. Then you have folks like Mario or even Tasha and Dan. They just started this business, right? 2 very different businesses on very different pathways that are going to have different needs. So for Tasha and Dan, they may be looking at alternative revenue streams, or do they want new locations? Mario may need much larger inventory space. This is one of the reasons why we provide a concierge program that all members have access to, so that we can help them every step of the way figuring that out. And then down the road, it may be about preparing for retirement and making sure that you can get ready for retirement. Or if you're at that point, how can you shelter your money without volatility of the market in times of ups and downs? So that's really what it's all about, and getting to know our members extremely well allows us to provide that guidance.
Okay, and we've talked a lot about current products and services. Can you tell us one thing you're excited about going forward with Members First?
Yeah, well, it's crazy to think that 73 years ago, a handful of people put money literally into a pot on a naval base to lend each other money for appliances during the war. 73 years ago, that's how we got started. So today, we're serving 550,000 members, and we employ 1,200 associates who take great care of what we refer to as our family members. So, it's very humbling to think about where we started, but we are investing heavily into new digital technologies that are far beyond being able to meet a basic transactional convenience. Even if you go into our app today, you can click a button that says My Concierge, and you have a real-life local person that you were able to chat with back and forth in that moment. We're going to keep building above and beyond that as we head into a more savvy digital marketplace. That's very exciting.
It is, and thanks so much for letting us know about what the future holds with Members First, and also thanks for being here tonight,
Thank you.
Mike.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. For now, we're going to head back over to Julia in the kitchen to let us know how things are going over there. Hi, Julia.
Hi, well, I cannot take any credit for telling you this, but things are going great. Mario is an amazing chef. He's got everything going. Quick rundown of what's in here.
The Neapolitan ragu.
Yeah, that's the sauce.
Celery, the sauce with the special meat from Morgan Creek Farm. Very good. No hormones, no antibiotic. Natural meat.
Perfect.
Ground meat, pork and beef, and then tomato from Italy, and the pasta from my family, which is the oldest pasta factory in Italy, artisan organic. Yes.
All right, well, we can't thank you enough for bringing your expertise here, and Christina, we'll send it right back over to you.
Okay, thanks, Julia. It smells so good over here. That's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. A reminder that you can learn more about Members First at information at membersfirst.org to find out how they can best support your financial goals. Thank you for joining us here for Money Mindset with Members First Federal Credit Union, where you're a member, not a customer, and helping families flourish and communities grow is our goal. Good night.